One Piece is probably my favorite show of all time. I love the idea of a vast journey that took decades to write, and One Piece is one of the only stories to be able to claim that. It has humor, action, emotion, cringy moments, and moments that make it all worth it. I figured the best way for me to show my appreciation and love for the series is to overanalyze the entire anime from episode 1 to whatever episode the last episode ends up being, because, well, at the time of making this video, it's still being made. I'm going to be covering it all, from the filler to the most important moments. This is going to take a while, but what the heck, might as well do it and see where it takes me. Thank you for watching, and without further ado, let's get into episode 1. Wait, how did he get launched so high into the air? What? This angle just makes his mustache look like really long nose hair. This part of the intro actually shows where each of the four Straw Hat pirate crew members from the East Blue Saga joined the crew. You have Zoro at the marine base on Shell Island, Nami officially joins the crew on the Konami Islands, Usopp joins the crew in Syrup Village, and Sanji on the Baratie. The obvious thing to say here is, hey, you see those Sea Kings again, but how was the ship not capsizing? The intro also shows us how the Straw Hat crew will handle combat normally, with Zoro and Sanji being able to handle it themselves, while Nami and Usopp are so weak they have to work together half the time. At first I was wondering why they were showing us a bunch of birds circling a whirlpool, but then I learned that apparently they do like circling ships, which makes sense, so good job, checks out. These guys are so bored, it's not even funny, dude. So, you're telling me that this barrel is just idling calmly in the water next to a giant whirlpool and a moving ship? Seems alright, yep. Who is this guy waving at? Wait, Zoro? Also, why are there 8 people moving in this entire room? Wait, it doesn't? Are you sure about that? Is this supposed to be some kind of joke, Captain? Also, where did this many people come from? There were not that many people in the bird's eye view shot. Though I will say, at least Nami was visible previously in that same shot. And this guy just appeared out of thin air, or at least it looks like it, though I don't know exactly what this is up here. It doesn't look like him. That island is small, like really small. Either that or the ship is huge, but that ends up being disproven later on anyway, so yeah, really tiny island. Also, it's implied that Nami here is somehow privy to the fact that these pirates are about to attack this ship, because think about it, why else would she be staring at this island that the pirates are about to come out from behind of to attack the ship? And later on the episode will give more reinforcement to this idea by the way she reacts to the attack and then what she does during the attack. Alright, I'm telling you right now, there's something seriously wrong with this dude, because first he appeared out of thin air, and next thing you know, now his hat's just magically back on after clearly falling off. Who is this guy? Right here, you can see there are 3 cannons that fire 3 cannonballs from Alvida's ship. I love this cannon continuity. This is awesome. This is great. Moving on. You can actually even see Nami and that guy in the background here at the top before you get a closer look at them. Why is the captain and everybody else in the background here just chilling after we just saw everyone else in the room screaming, freaking out, and struggling to stay on their feet? Oh boy, here we go. We have 2.5 waves of the exact same people running past Nami here. Gotta love the repeat animations. Her smile here reinforces the idea that she expected this to happen. Alvida's cannonballs somehow strike the ship from the front directly, even though it literally shows right there that they're attacking from behind. This cannon continuity is horrible. It is putrid. Then again, maybe it does make sense because the dolphin figurehead here seems to spontaneously combust as opposed to be destroyed by cannon fire, so who knows at this point.
アルビダ様です。
Why did he turn like that? I'll remember this mask getting destroyed. It was awfully convenient for this barrel to roll square into where it needed to roll. So hear me out. Just look at this. I don't think the figurehead should have been as visible to Nami as it was just then in that instance. I really don't. I think this ship is way bigger and farther out of the water, so the figurehead of Alvida's ship here cannot reach the deck. Master Shifu himself could not have achieved that level of balance. I'm so impressed. Case in point with the ship size difference back there. Well, Kobe's nose and glasses are probably broken now. That sucks. Nah, he's good. So you'll take their lives then. Can someone explain how she pulls this off? Is this Kinemon's devil fruit or is this just witchcraft? This is actually exactly where the episode showed the barrel rolling earlier. This episode's also been focusing on bouncing between Nami running around and Luffy rolling around in that barrel. Huh, that's funny, because whereas you may have never seen her before, we've seen you before. We saw you getting on the passenger ship. What are you doing here again? You know what? That's exactly what you get, you teleporting bum. I think I'm gonna call this guy Jerome. You see, Jerome here, he's a great guy, you know? He encounters a barrel, he wants it open. What's his first thought? I don't know, break it open with my bare hands. I wish I could wake up this energetically, like holy crap, dude. I don't see why he would automatically assume that you guys are pirates. I get that Luffy is like really strong, but isn't his whole thing that he's weak to sharp objects? How did he cut those swords, much less as cleanly as he did? At least they took Jerome with them. One Piece has a very upfront way of introducing new characters, like right out of the bat, just, Luffy likes food by the way, and he doesn't care about anything that's probably dangerous, and then Kobe is nothing but a coward. At least for right now. And Kobe's dead. The part to me that's funny here is the fact that they just left a kitchen with food in it. That might be true if Luffy wasn't screaming like a wild animal. If this is how excited Luffy is to see fruit, imagine if there was meat down here. Yeah, I don't understand how in the world that barrel endured all that, like seriously. Especially considering you're a devil fruit user, you would have been absolutely cooked. Whoever wrote this guy's backstory was having some fun or something, because that's the most simultaneously low effort and hilarious backstory I've ever heard for any character. Also, it is not lost on me that Luffy is sitting exactly like a monkey would be sitting. Honestly, this is a great character beat right here. It comes off as just humor that's meaningless, but it really does get across the fact that Luffy hates cowardice and backing down. This is the second feat of witchcraft we see Nami pull this episode, which is carrying a heavy, jingly bag of gold stealthily. Where'd this guy's right eye blue tattoo go? He just had it a second ago. That's not courage, that's just straight up stupidity. This part was a fantastic way to introduce the actual title of King of the Pirates outside of the intro. It makes it where it's very obvious that Luffy is set towards it. He's not afraid of what it takes to become the King of Pirates. And it also provides the weight of what the title means because, you know, Kobe here, he just starts ranting about how dangerous it is to become the King of the Pirates, and the whole time Luffy's just, yeah, I know this already. I always thought Luffy was looking at Kobe while holding his hat here, but he's actually looking at the hat, which makes sense. The hat complements what he's talking about, that being the King of the Pirates, because this hat represents his promise to become King of the Pirates. Notice the wording here. It's a small detail with huge meaning. He says he wants to catch bad guys, not necessarily pirates as a whole. This is a huge character beat that will later on become way more emphasized. You would think it would have been Luffy screaming that got the attention of Alvida, but no, it was actually Kobe screaming that got them caught. Why did they stab through the wall with their swords like that? And this is the first time we see Luffy's death stare of impending doom. Hey, look at that. That mast that got destroyed earlier? Yep, it's still destroyed. Good mast destruction continuity. Huh? This part is actually wild. I just counted 13 pirates behind him. And I kid you not, this animation repeats about 10.5 times for a total of over 40 pirates chasing behind him. And then when he comes back, there are only 5? What? Also, isn't this a super risky move to pull? Like, they could have easily sliced your arm off just then. This pirate count thing is getting out of hand. Yeah, thank you, Alvida. Exactly. She's not saying what because she's surprised he managed to defeat all of them. She's saying what because why do her pirates keep cloning themselves and then the clones disappear over time? Like, what is going on? This is either some crazy coincidence or some crazy foreshadowing. As soon as he said that he was going to find 10 crew members, one of the future crew members steps out of that door. I can't make this up. They literally put a flashback that took place in the same episode in the first episode. That is crazy. How do you pull off putting a flashback on the first episode? I mean, like they could have done a voiceover of that, and it would have been honestly more impactful. But they went with a flashback. One Piece loves their flashbacks, and everyone knows it. Cragged Old Hag. I've got to start using that one. That's good. Luffy agrees.
Yeah, all of them.
No, don't do it to my boy. Not Jerome. He's been through too much. Don't do it. I'm not sure if you could really consider it foreshadowing that she's going to join the crew at this point. I mean, both the intro, outro, and eye catcher in the middle of the episodes, both, like, all three just show her on the crew, but they really did emphasize the eye contact. They're like, hey, these two will have a connection in the future of the show. If you've made it this far, then thank you. I really appreciate it. I put a lot of effort and a lot more time into editing this video, and it really gave me perspective on just how long it's going to take and how much effort it's going to take to overanalyze this whole series. But that being said, that's not going to make me back down. The only thing that can really make me back down is nothing but copyright. You know what I mean? If I just try to post videos and no matter how much I try that I just get copyright strikes, then, you know, there's nothing I can really do about that. But with that being said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. because I will be coming out with more of this stuff. So, thank you, have a good one, and I appreciate it.